I now have the privilege of introducing our next brand new, hot off the press this morning, team coordinator, who I am so grateful for introducing this to me 5 months ago. So I'm so grateful, and I want everybody to realize what this man has done for me. And so when you pick up that phone and when you offer this opportunity to people, that's what you're giving people. That's the attitude that you have to have when you're picking up that phone and offering this to people. Because I'm so grateful for him thinking me first when he saw this opportunity, and also for all the help that he's given my team. Newest team coordinator, Mr. Walter Ribeck.
As you heard, I'm Walter Ribeck. I'm from Newburyport, and I am excited to be here in Newburyport, Massachusetts. My first real job in life was in the United States Marine Corps. Spent 4 years in the Marines, Semper Fi to you guys. I did a tour in Vietnam, and after 4 years, I realized something. I needed a safer job. So I got out into the real world, got a job, and you know what I found out is that my bosses out here in the real world I had a lot of bosses. They just didn't have the uniform on, so it was hard to identify some of them. So I worked in the workforce. And then eventually I realized I was leveraged one-to-one. I had to get into a business of my own. I did that. Eventually I bought a struggling nationally franchised company. I worked hard at that. I want to key in on that. I worked hard for 5 years with this company. I was with the right trend. I sold that company, and I was in a position to be an investor for the next 30 years, and that's really what I've done. And one of the companies that I bought after that, I was in the seminar business, and we brought Mike Ditka, the dreaded coach of the Chicago Bears, into Boston. He was one of our lecturers. And I asked him before he went on stage, I said, Mike, how do you determine who you work with on all the talent that you have? He says, Wally, it boils down to 3 words. I am responsible. He says, if they live by those 3 words, he says, I'll work with them no matter what. He says, I don't care how much talent they have. If they don't take responsibility, he goes, I'm not going to work with them. And I never forgot that. And I walked away from that seminar realizing I'm responsible for the outcome. And I got a call, just 5 months ago from someone that I had never met before. And she said, do you keep your income options open? And I said, hey, how many have heard that before? Do you keep your income options open? And I said, yeah. And she goes, well, I've got a gentleman, his name is Patrick, and I didn't get the last name. I know it's Patrick Mazur now, of course. And I said, I says, I'm interested, but can you send me some information? And this is what she did. She edified Patrick Mazur. And I said, I'll drive an hour and a half to go to that meeting to hear anyone making over $1 million a year that wants to involve me in their business. So I went to that meeting. I got it instantly. The last thing after the meeting, I signed the paperwork. The last thing Patrick and the lady heard was the screeching of my BMW heading up the street because I was getting ready to get my prospect list going. I wasn't hanging around. I knew I'd taken care. I got my little rep ID number and I got started. And you know what? I had my first meeting. And you know what? It wasn't all that easy, we can be successful in some fields, but you know what? I needed to be coached in this business. And I had my first PBR and a few people over there. And one of them, I had a lady come in and she kind of looked and, the DVD came on and she saw Donald Trump. She goes, oh, Donald Trump. Then she saw technology. She goes, oh, I use this technology. Then she saw the money. And she said, I'm doing this. And I went, yes. And that was Mary Ellen Duchesne. And she has been like shot out of a cannon. Folks.
Yeah.
Shot out of a cannon. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not that talented a guy. All I did was follow that system. And you know what? That's all I've done. And just wrapping up, we have some great talent in this room, tremendous leadership. And without that leadership, it just would not have been possible. But what they told me was this: you plant, you cultivate, and you harvest. And you know what? We got some people coming up. And I'm trying not to be emotional here. We got some people coming on board because you know what? They're doing the work. And you know what? The planting is taking place, the cultivation is taking place, and they're going to be coming up, getting those pins. And I want you to know, there's plenty of room up here for everyone. Welcome aboard.
Yeah. Just amazing. Okay, now, back to this.